Alright, what is going on, guys? Josh here. Today I'm going to be doing a mid-season Premier League tier list. So I'm going to be ranking the first through 20th Premier League teams based on where I think they'll finish, where I think they stand overall as a club. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with the obvious ones. Liverpool, Man City, first through fourth. These teams are just so good. There's no way they're ever going to finish outside of the top four at the moment. Whether I think either of them will end up winning the league, I don't really know. I think both Liverpool and Man City in particular, I feel like has serious lack of motivation. I feel like their team just doesn't have chemistry. It's what in the same boat that I think PSG is in. I really don't think Man City will ever end up winning a Champions League just because I feel like whenever they have a problem, they go out and they buy a player. They don't really fix the problem and work within their squad. Liverpool, I think, has won so much so quickly. I really don't know if I can see them winning the league back to back. Not to mention, it's extremely rare for a team to win the league back to back. And there are so many good teams towards the top. It really could go down to anyone. The teams that I think are going to 100% go down. Sheffield, obviously, they way overperformed their first season in the league. I really doubt that they're going to, obviously, as of right now, they're sitting bottom of the league. I don't see them escaping the relegation zone. I don't see them being back in the Premier League anytime soon. Teams have been able to figure them out by now. And I don't really see them picking up too many points. Another team that's going to go straight Sheffield didn't come up, but Fulham is going to go straight back down. I think they're just not a Premier League quality team. They last time they were in the Premier League, they spent 100 million and still went straight back down. They obviously know that they're not a team that's going to be competing to remain in the league, so they did not spend that kind of money this time, but they are going to go straight back down. I'm just not convinced of this Fulham team. A bit controversial. I'm going to put Chelsea 5th through 9th. Chelsea overperformed so much last season and worked so well within the squad that they had. I think they went out and made way too many changes this year. Lampard is a classic case of a good player not being so great of a manager. I really think that if Chelsea are ever going to compete to win the league again in the near future, Lampard needs to go. They need to focus on developing the squad that they already have. They bring in the likes of Werner and Havertz and Ziyech. The only positive note in that squad has been signing Thiago Silva. His leadership has helped bolster their defense greatly, and they are one of the better defenses in the league at the moment. But I really don't see them qualifying for the Champions League this year. Arsenal, I'm going to put Arsenal 5th through 9th just because whenever you play Arsenal, they have the ability to win no matter who the team is in the world. But this squad don't have any direction, really. The beginning of the season was very promising, but obviously they dropped a lot of points. They've been picking it up lately, but it's going to be near impossible for them to qualify for Europe. And I feel like they're just not signing players they don't have a direction, as in they're not going out and making these big blockbuster signings, but they're also not focusing on developing the young players that they have. So that's why I think Arsenal's probably in the 8th or 9th category. Wolverhampton, 5th through 9th. Great team. I think they will qualify for the Champions League one day. But for now, they're going to be stuck in that 5th through 9th sort of genre. Everton, I think, are 5th through ninth, but they're closer to 4th than they are through 5th. One of the best managers of all time in Carlo Ancelotti. This is a team that signed players in the right places. They knew Moise Kean was not ready to be a Premier League quality striker, so they sent him out on loan. Calvert-Lewin's been playing great. James Rodriguez has been playing great. Their defense has been playing great. They're just a well-managed, well-put-together team. Who else is on here? West Ham. West Ham are one that I'm not sure where I'm going to put them in. Tottenham, 1st through 4th. I think that they could win the league this year. Mourinho has got the boys firing again. They seem to be doing very well. They've won some very important matches. And they're not spending a whole lot of money to do that. Bringing in Bale on loan, bringing in striker from Benfica. Tottenham could win the league. I would not be surprised at all. I'm going to put my Manchester United up there as well. I do not think, as of right now, United are standing top of the league. I do not think we're going to win the league this year, but also, then again, we could win the league. The game against Liverpool this weekend is going to really seal our fate as to whether or not we are a team that is capable of winning the Premier League. I do not think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the right manager for the job. We're not signing players in the right places, but Bruno Fernandes has got us firing. Rashford, Pogba has picked up his form lately. We have worked very well to develop our youth academy, and the majority of our big players has come from within our academy, and that is one of the reasons why we're doing so well, I think. We really are not the caliber of club to attract big players anymore, so we have adapted, and that's why I think that we are a top 4, top 5, top 6 club still. Let's see. West Brom, they just didn't strengthen. They have not been convincing. I know they have picked up some wins, but I think West Brom will most likely go down. Burnley, 15th through 17th. Burnley overperformed heavily the past couple of years, but Sean Dyche has just waited too long. They are not a good enough team anymore. They will drop out of the Premier League at some point, and that's why I'm putting them 15th through 17th. Aston Villa, I'm putting 10th through 14th. They picked up some big wins. They kept Jack Grealish. They signed people in the right places that they need to stay in the league, and they're showing ambition, which is one of the things I appreciate. I'm going to put Crystal Palace in the same place. They've managed to keep Wilfred Zaha. Great manager. Not spending a whole lot of money. I think they're going to stay in the league for a little while longer. It could change, but as of right now, they do look good. They do look well put together. Leicester City, I'm going to put in 5th through 9th. Leicester is another one of those teams that could win the league. They could. If Leicester are able to consistently keep hold of their talisman players, I think that they could very well win the league again. The problem is that every single transfer window they let go of at least one big player. They're able to replace them quite easily. They just pick up some random person and they end up filling that role. But I don't think that Leicester City has the squad that they need to win the league right now. But they very well could challenge for Champions League soccer this year. Leeds United, I'm going to put them 15th or 17th. it was amazing that they were able to get promoted to the Prem again after such a long time, and they're such a big club in England. But right now, I think that they're heavily relying on outscoring their opponents. And they have picked up some results, and they are going to stay up. But how long are they going to stay up is the question that I would ask. I think that the summer transfer window is really going to define that. And if Bielsa is able to change the way that they play to really control games rather than simply relying on outscoring. Southampton, they're overperforming this season, 10th through 14th easily. They could be a top 9 club, but I'm not convinced at the moment. They are relying on Danny Ings, and they have lost some players this past transfer window. So if they're able to figure out long-term replacements, I think that they could be a top 9 club. But as of right now, this is where I have them at. Brighton, I'm going to put 15th through 17th. They're another team that is going to drop out of the Prem eventually. But as of right now, they're playing well. They're managing to stay up. West Ham, 10th through 14th. Well, the last two teams are 10th through 14th, obviously. West Ham is... They will... I don't know if they will drop out of the Prem anytime soon, but they just seem to never make things work. They seem to lose their big players. They seem to bring in these big signings and have them not work out. And I think they really need to develop some more fluidity in their squad in order to continue to stay in the Prem. Newcastle is a team that is up and coming, I think. We heard talks of the financial takeover that fell through. But as of right now, they're playing well, and they're looking like a dangerous team, and like they could stay in the Premier League. But as of right now, they're 10 through 14, 15 through 17, somewhere in there. Alright guys, well this is the mid-season rankings of all the Premier League teams. I think that I hit it pretty spot on, but if I did not, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.